Assalamualaikum everyone. How's everyone doing? So this is also like part of Taleem as well. So we can read from the book, or we can remind each other giving talks. So today, as Shoma said, I just thought it'd be interesting if we could go through the journey of the soul. So does anyone know where the souls were created to begin with? We'll start from the beginning. So does anyone know where souls in general were created? In heaven.
I think it's
in the universe.
Mustafa's hand was up.
Oh, Mustafa. In heaven.
Was it on earth before the earth was like just as it was created? Because he created no, because that's just Adam. This is souls.
So there's another realm. So we're living in one realm. There's another realm called the Barzakh. So the Barzakh is for the souls, and there's different parts in the Barzakh, and one of the parts was where the souls were created, and that's called Al-Arwah. So in the beginning, well, we can't say in the beginning, like souls were the first things created. As we learned before in a hadith earlier, a couple of weeks ago, we learned that the pen was created first, but this is like when the souls were created first. So when Allah SWT created the souls of all of mankind, He took it from the back of Adam alayhi salam. So all the souls, all of mankind were created from Adam alayhi salam on this plane called Al-Arwah. So all the souls were put together on this plane, and this is like from Adam alayhi salam to the last person who's going to enter this world. So this includes all of us, this includes our grandparents, this includes, all the prophets, this includes Muslims, this includes non-Muslims, this includes Donald Trump, this includes Boris Johnson, this includes, everyone. And all the souls were put together, and Allah SWT said to everyone in unison, to everyone, He said, what's happening? Sorry, are we back?
Shaista, hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
I thought my mom said just join in with you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's my first time today.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone say salam to Shaista. Okay, I'll just continue. We're talking about souls today, Shaista. The soul and where it goes after we leave this world. So I just began with where the souls were created. And the souls were created in a place called Al-Arwah. So I just got to the place where Allah Pak's put all the souls together now. And He's asked them a question. And the question is, who's your Rabb? Who's your provider? Who's the one who sustains you? And all the souls say in unison, Allah. It doesn't matter who it was, if it was, as I said, if they were non-Muslim as well, if they're non-Muslim in this life, even they said Allah. Every single soul said Allah. Then Allah SWT said, okay, if I'm your Rabb, if I'm your sustainer, I'm going to test you on those words. So, does anyone know where Allah SWT tests us with these words? Mustafa?
I'll address it.
Finished.
Yeah. Were you going to say that, Mustafa?
My mum said that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So when we come into this life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests us. And this is the test that we have to see if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our Rabb, to see if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our sustainer, our provider. So this actually is the third world that we live in. The first place is Al-Arwa. Does anyone know what the second place is in between Al-Arwa and this life? So there's 6 stages. So this is the third stage. Does anyone know what the second stage is? Anyone?
Didn't you just say it's between Al-Arwa and this thing?
Yeah, what's between that? So the second stage is when you're in the womb of your mother, and that's when the soul is put into you for this life. So that's the second stage. So the first stage is when you're in Al-Arwa. The second stage is when you're in the womb of your mother. Then when you're born, that's the third stage. So a lot of interesting things happen in Al-Arwa. So in Al-Arwa is where your soul tends to get close to other souls, and if it gets close to another soul, it means a few things. It means that they could be your family in this life. It could mean they're going to be your spouse in this life. It could mean they're your friends in this life as well. So whoever your soul gets attracted to in Al-Arwa, it has a connection with who they'll be and who you'll be close to in this life as well.
Is that like the saying soulmate?
Yeah, soulmate, yeah. Exactly. So if you're close to one individual or two or like that, they could be your soulmates in this life. And yeah, it's just interesting. Mustafa?
How old would your soul be in Al-Arwa?
It can be thousands of years old, millennia, like hundreds, thousands, even, I don't know. Like from the time the soul gets into this life, it can be any number. It can be like thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. So you were actually born before you even... No, your soul was actually born before you even came into this life. Can you remember it? Yeah, no one can really remember that time. But yeah, no one can remember that time. But another interesting thing that happened in Arwa is all the prophets were put aside. All the prophets were put aside, and they were told their responsibilities that they'll have in this life. So they were told they're going to be prophets. They're told that they're going to be the messengers of Allah to bring people close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to bring people to Allah's deen. And when they came into this life, they had like that attachment to Allah's deen. And when they were chosen, they knew they were the ones, and they weren't like false prophets, or they weren't like on misguidance. So they knew that they were given the haqq. So now we'll talk about the next stage. So when you're in this life, you're in your third stage, when you're tested, and it's a life where you invest for your next life. And the next life is... Does anyone know what the next stage is? So when you leave this world, your soul is taken out of you, and your soul is put into another place. So this place is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this place is the fourth stage now. Does anyone know what this stage is?
Is it in the grave? Death?
Yeah. But does anyone know what the where the place is called, Mustafa? Where the place is called where the souls go? Yeah, the barzakh. Exactly. Yeah. So where the souls were before, where the souls are at the moment in Al Arwa, it's part of a big realm called the barzakh. So when before you enter this life, the souls are there, and when you leave this world, the souls go to another place in the barzakh. Mustafa,
What's it called?
Mustafa, are you asking a question?
Yeah, what's it called?
Is that what you're saying, Mustafa?
Longest stage, out of the 6 stages
Yeah.
of your life.
What are the 6 stages?
Longest.
Yeah.
What is the longest? It's probably when you're in Al Arwa, I think. Yeah, so now we're going to the barzakh and explain a bit more about it. So when we leave this world, angels come, whether all angels are good, even if they come and take your soul and you're a bad person. So angel will come, and the angel of death, Malikul Maut, and he'll take your soul. And there's 2 narrations: either it goes straight to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides where your soul goes, or your soul goes straight to its destination between this life and Qiyamah. So it stays somewhere. So the body stays in the grave. So when you die, the soul's taken out of your body. So your body's still there, but it's put in the grave or wherever it's kept in this life. But your soul gets taken to the other realm of Al Barzakh. And if it's a good soul, is someone putting their hand up? Yeah.
How does the soul go to Allah?
So the angels take you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So did we fly?
How it happens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. How it happens. So where was I? Is someone putting their hand up? No. So if it's a good soul, the place where it goes to is called Illiyin. Have you ever heard of that? Anyone? Yeah. Illiyin. And inshallah we will make dua that we go there. So Illiyin is the place for the good souls, and it's like paradise, but it's not paradise. Jannat is Jannat, and when you're in Jannat, then there's it's forever bliss. In Illiyin is like a resting place. It's like the resting place before Jannah. Yeah, before the day of judgment, before Qiyamah. So a person who's not good and their soul doesn't get put in Illiyin, does anyone know where that soul goes? It's usually mentioned with Illiyin.
Is it a place that is very dark?
Yeah, it's the opposite of Illiyin. So the opposite of Illiyin is Sijjin. Have you heard of that? Sijjin. So Illiyin is like a garden of paradise, and Sijjin is like a pit of hell. So inshallah we never ever get to Sijjin, and we make dua we go to Illiyin. And when we get to Illiyin, the angels will take you really, really happily. And do you know who will greet you when you enter Illiyin? Is all your family that have left this world, if they get to Illiyin. So all your family are waiting. for everyone who's in this life. So when you go there, just say like your parents have passed away, or your grandparents have passed away, or your friends passed away, or your uncles passed away, or your aunties passed away. All of them will be waiting for you when you enter Iliyin. And as soon as you enter Iliyin, because it's a good sign that you've done well in this life, they'll all be happy to greet you. And all your family and friends will be like, oh, they'll be congratulating you. They'll be like, oh yes, this person's come. We've been waiting for you for so long. Just say, for instance, it's Maria. Oh, Maria, we're so happy to see you. Congratulations for making it this far.
Does the people in Iliyin have to be present in that place first? So if the family members were bad and they went to Sijin, they wouldn't be able to greet you in Iliyin.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so inshallah, all our relatives and loved ones are in Iliyin at the moment. Mustafa, inshallah. Mustafa, I can't hear you. Did you have your hand up?
What stage is Qiyamah?
We'll get to that in a bit. Okay.
Okay.
You're a bit ahead of time. So when you enter Iliyin now, yeah, everyone's going to come and congratulate you and say, oh, we're so happy to see you, and they're going to have so many questions. And there's going to be a few of your family members that are going to be like, look, he's just come here, just give him a break, or give her a break. Just let her like take everything in that they're here in it. So everyone will agree and say, look, let them just settle in, then we'll come and ask and like congratulate the person and all that. So after a while, after you've settled in, and this place is described as the souls roam around in a place of like the gardens of Jannah. It's not Jannah, but it's like a resting place, a nice, peaceful place. So once the soul who's left this world goes into Iliyin, they settle down. Then people will start coming, and they'll start coming individually, and just say it's like a family member. They'll be like, oh, how was your life in this life? What did you do that made you come into Iliyin? They'll also ask, how's so and so doing? So just say it's the parent. They're gonna ask about your brothers and sisters who are still living in this world. How's so and so? How's so and so? They'll ask about other family members. How's so and so? How's so and so? This is how they get news of this world. Otherwise, they don't know. There's nothing that tells them right now, what we're doing right now, that this is how we're living our lives or anything like that. There is one way of them knowing, but I'll get to that in a bit. And this is how they know, like, oh, this person is doing well, this person's not doing well. And we have to remember, this is a place of haqq. So when people ask, how's so and so doing, the person who's left this world can't lie. So when someone says someone's doing well, it means that they're doing well in a sense that they're getting close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you understand? So they're getting close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's a place of haqq, so they can't lie. So they can't be like, oh yeah, they're doing all right, or if they're doing well in this life, oh yeah, they're doing all right. But the reality is, they want to know if they're getting close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if they're abiding by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws, if they're doing what's farz, if they're doing what's sunnah. So they'll also ask like normal questions like, oh, is so and so married now? Is so and so, do they have children, or how is this person, how is that person. They want to know like relevant questions, relevant information. So sometimes when if we see our situation today as an ummah, a lot of the time when this question is asked, it's going to be in the negative, because a lot of the time the ummah isn't really abiding by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws. Do you get what I'm saying or no?
Yeah.
Because if we see like the ummah as a whole, the whole ummah doesn't pray their 5-time namaz. The whole ummah doesn't fast in Ramzan. The whole ummah as a whole don't really do what's for us. But if we do, then when these questions are asked, they'll say, yeah, so-and-so is doing well, so-and-so is doing really well. And this is how we're going to get ourselves into Illiyin. We have to be abiding by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws. We have to be abiding by following the sunnah of Rasulullah. So, yeah, if we really want to have this, if we really want to get to Illiyin, if we really want the people who have left this world to know that we're doing okay, we have to really be following the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sunnah of Rasulullah. Do you understand? Yeah. So, yeah. So, someone asked, I don't know if someone asked, does anyone know what we're doing in this life? So, we can make people know who have left this world what we're doing in this life, but they can't actually know what we're doing. They can know that we're remembering them. How? By doing dua for them, by doing ibadat in their name, showing things to them. They won't know exactly what we show. They won't know we've done probably 100 fatihas in their name. But hasna will come down in them in Illiyin. You get what I'm saying? So hasna will come down.
Good deed.
Like they'll know that this person sent me good deeds.
Or pray for my forgiveness.
Yeah.
Or pray the Quran for me.
Yeah, they won't know exactly what the amal was done, but they'll know this person done it, and that hasana will come down on them. And something that's also mentioned is, when this happens, they'll boast about it. So they'll boast to say, this person has remembered me, this person has has remembered me and sent good deeds in my name. Do you understand? So just say, let's say Sultan Fui's dad, your nana and your dada in it. So just say you pray like a Fatiha for him. And right now in Illiyin, if we do a Fatiha for him, he'll know exactly who's done it. Not know what we've done, but he'll know exactly who's done it, and Hasana will come down on him. And he'll probably be with his brothers, he'll probably be with his parents, he'll probably be with my dad and Fuima and his sister. And he'll say, oh, so-and-so is remembering me right now. So-and-so is remembering me. Like, my daughter is remembering me. My granddaughter is remembering me. My grandsons are remembering me. My nephews, all these people are remembering me. And he's going to boast about it and be so happy about it. So, inshallah, we all try and remember all those who have left this world. And send baksho things to them, pray for them,
Charity.
and do charity for them, read Quran in their name. So it's a good way of them remembering you and doing good for them, like helping them out. They can't do anything else in this world unless they've done something in Sadaqah Jariyah. There's nothing else. Their books of deeds are closed. So we have to try and help all those who have left this world. And something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them in that life, in that world, is they're able to request to see you. So it's not in this life. They won't be able to see you in this life. But something happens to us when we go to sleep. Does anyone know what happens to us when we go to sleep?
The soul leaves the body.
Oh, it's
Sorry?
The soul leaves the body.
Yeah, the soul leaves the body and it goes. I wrote it down what this place is called. Alimul al-Ahlam. Alimul al-Ahlam. So Alimul al-Ahlam is the place where the souls go when they dream. So every night our soul leaves our body and it goes into this place. Now it only goes into this place if it's a true dream. Otherwise it's imagination or things that are subconscious, or Shaitan could even play with us, play with our minds. So if it's a good dream, our souls go here. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows the request to be accepted by someone who's deceased, they'll make a request to say, can I see so and so? And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts that request, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends that soul, and He will send our soul. Our soul goes to this place every night, inshallah, and that's where we meet. So if you ever dream of, sorry?
But if when we dream of somebody that passed away,
Yeah.
is that when we like actually meeting them, or
Yeah.
seeing them?
That's if it's a good dream,
a true dream.
a true dream.
Sometimes
So
Shaitan
that
can.
gives you good advice or telling you something good.
Yeah. So that it's a good dream if they're speaking haqq. They can't lie in this place.
Okay.
So Shaitan can also fool them, and your subconscious can sometimes think about them. And so if it's a good dream, there's lots of good signs. They could be pleased, they could be happy, they speak the truth. Sometimes they're wearing like nice clothes, and a good sign that is that they look younger. And so it's, if you ever dream of someone that's passed away and they show these signs, it means that they requested to see you, and it's just a nice feeling, and you get to see them. Alhamdulillah. Has anyone dreamt of anyone who's passed away recently? Anyone? Really?
Yeah.
That's so nice. Do you want to speak about it, or?
Yeah, it was at the old house.
It sounds like a nice dream.
Yeah, well,
MashaAllah. Has anyone else dreamt of anyone who's passed away recently or in the past? I like hearing about dreams. If
you should have put the dream. I'll tell you. I'll phone you and tell you.
okay. Anyway, I'll get on to the next stage now. So there's a. Oh, sorry.
If you think someone's gonna go to the genie,
Yeah.
and they haven't been a good Muslim,
Yeah.
if you pray for them and do sadaqah, is there any way they can be moved to Iliyin?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I will find out for you. I will find out.
My mom's question, not her question.
I will find out for you. I will find out for you. That there's actual conversation in Iliyin that says something similar to that, where you'll ask the person who's passed away. They'll ask someone who's in Iliyin. They'll say, "Oh, I haven't seen so and so," and that person will say, "But aren't they still alive?" And you'll say, "No, they passed away. They passed away like a while ago." And because this place isn't Jannah, you can feel sorrow in this place as well, Iliyin, because you both know that if they haven't come to Iliyin, they're in Sijjin. So they'll feel sorrow both of you will feel sorrow that they haven't made it to Iliyin. So yeah, but I will find out that about that.
Thirdly,
Yeah,
I was reading in Fazali Sakrat, you know, like these people that can tell, they could like dream of what's happening and things like that.
yeah,
So this one a person,
yeah,
they dreamt that the person was in hell.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I can see the hell and what must I do and everything. And that learned person, I just learned like 100,000 first kalimas, you know.
yeah.
And then he sent it to that person in his mind. He sent it to that person that was burning.
Wow.
And then after the other person had a dream, he said, "Now I'm feeling okay because somebody has sent me something." So
Subhanallah.
sent that, you know.
Subhanallah.
Yeah,
That's
100,000
amazing.
first kalimas. So,
Yeah.
and I think maybe there is.
Yeah, maybe there is. Yeah, maybe there is.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just get on to the next stage. So we've done al arwa, then you go into the mother's womb, then you enter this life, then you into the barzakh, either Iliyin or Sijin. Then you know what the next stage is, Mustafa?
Kiyama.
Qiyamah. So yeah, so the next stage, the soul is put back into the body and resurrected on the plains of Qiyamah. Yeah, so, and it's a day when, well, when you're in Al Arwa, you just want to stay in Al Arwa. When you're in the womb, it says you just want to stay in the womb. When you're in this life, it says you just want to stay in this life. When you're in Iliyin, you just want to stay in Iliyin. But when you come in this stage of Qiyamah, you just want it to be over. You don't want, even if you done good in this life, you don't want to stay on the plains of Qiyamah. You just want to get on to the next stage. You want even better. And if you're done bad in this life, then like Qiyamah is just going to be like proper trauma, and like is not going to be a nice place to be on. And it says it's going to be for 50,000 years. 50,000 years long, just one day. So it's a place we don't want to really be on. And we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does a hisab quickly and we go on to the next stage. So yeah, and we know a bit about Qiyamah. Then what's the next stage after that? Yeah, that's it then. So it's either Jannat or Jahannam then. So that's where the souls go after Qiyamah. So it was just a brief journey of where the souls go. So hope it was beneficial. Did you want to ask something, Mutsidi?
He wants to read something.
Oh, did you want to read something?
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله